Morning. Now joining us to go all out on this story is one of Portland's big men this season, NBA star Enes Kanter. My guy, good evening to you, Enes.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, doing good. I'm happy to have you on the show again. Well, thank you for agreeing to do this call. You're in Portland. First of all, Enes, congratulations on a solid season for the Portland Trail Blazers. 6 in the West with a 42-30 record. Before we talk about the playoffs, I don't know if you want to talk about that. I want to get your thoughts, Enes, on the team's performance overall this year. How do you assess the Trail Blazers this season?
Obviously, when you look at the whole season, we had so many injuries. CJ McCollum broke his foot, and Yusuf Nurkic broke his hand. So we did deal with so many injuries. But, same time, many of the other guys stepped up big time and played really, really big minutes. And we finished sixth in the Western Conference. Overall, I think, obviously, we always, our goal is top 3 every season. Mm-hmm. But I think, with all the injuries and everything else, 6 was not bad. But obviously, our goal was to finish in the top 3. But hey, we're gonna definitely need to some stuff to work on. And we're definitely going to be way better next year.
Well, 6th seed is no joke. You did face the Denver Nuggets, number 3 seed. And let's face it, let's admit it right here on Sportsdesk, you guys definitely gave the Denver Nuggets a scare there, taking game 1 and then game 4 of that series in blowout fashion, if I may add. And then you could have even won game 5. I had you winning game 5, Enes, which went into double overtime. What could you guys have done better in the playoffs in that series, particularly against the Denver Nuggets?
Obviously, we could have guarded Nikola Jokic way better. I mean, he is a very good and skilled big man. And obviously, one thing about him, he makes himself better and he makes everybody else better around him. That's what makes him really special. And I think, just obviously, he was a difference maker. And I think one thing we need to do is just now we know our weaknesses. We just need to just work on those weaknesses this summer and come back stronger next year. I think, the one thing we could have done better was rebounding. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we could have and we should have rebounded more because they have so many second chance points and so many offensive rebounds. So obviously, I think we could have been more physical for sure.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one. Their bigs kind of out-rebounded you guys in that series. But personally, I want to ask this question myself. How tough was it, Enes, to go up against the Nuggets, especially with an MVP candidate like Nikola Jokic, like banging bodies with a Joker?
It was very tough, I'll be honest with you, because, I mean, the change that he made on himself and his body and his mentally and physically is definitely amazing. Because if you compare Jokic last year and this year, is a huge difference. And like I said again, I mean, he's one of the things that make him so special is you cannot double him, because whenever you double him, he's gonna find an open man, and that man is going to make the shot. Yeah. So that's why he makes the things very difficult for the opponent teams. But I think we could have definitely been more physical with him. And we could have definitely, wear him down more, because obviously he was playing almost the whole game. Mm-hmm. So I feel like we should have wear him down a little more.
Well, like what you said there, it's really tough to guard a big man that size who can shoot, who can also dish. That's why he is an MVP candidate, because of the dimes also this season. He has really upped his assists this season. After the playoffs, and it's the Blazers, they announced they decided to part ways with longtime coach Terry Stotts, has been around for 9 years with Portland. In a statement, take a look at your screens. President of Basketball Operations Neil Olshey said, and I quote, "This was a difficult decision on both a personal and professional level, but it's in the best interest of the franchise to move in another direction," end quote. Do you think this is the right move for Portland, letting go of Terry Stotts, who's a fixture 9 years with Portland?
hmm I mean, I'll tell you this.
Okay.
I just finished my 10th year in the NBA, and I play with 8 different head coach throughout my
Wow.
career. I could just say easily that Terry Stotts, and not just him, but like his whole staff, his
Yeah.
all the assistant coach, was definitely one of the most hardworking guys and one of the most professional and just fun people to be around. Period. But obviously that's the decision the front office going to make. But I texted Coach Stotts right after I heard the news and say, Coach, I love being, part of this organization, and I love being a player for you. And I'm so happy that we met, and I just wish him good luck. I mean, he's the type of coach that tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And he's a player's coach, meaning, he's always so friendly, and he gives you so much freedom out there to do whatever you want to do. So I love playing with him. But that's the decision the front office and GM and president are going to make. And I just, as a player, I love playing for him.
Were there things you said? Also, Damian Lillard did post thanking, like what you said. He basically said that not only Terry Stotts, but also his whole coaching staff were just amazing there in Portland. Were there things about his style that you didn't agree with? Were there times that you would clash with Terry Stotts?
Now I think about it, no, because
Okay.
he gives so much freedom to his players, and all the players were just happy because he was very friendly, he was very open, and he always wanted to make other players better on and off the court. I think to me, well, I look back and I'm like, I had an amazing time, not just on the court but in the locker room too. So it was definitely a blessing.
Well, Enes, thank you. Don't go anywhere. Stay where you are, my friend. We're not done. And we still have here with us NBA star Enes Kanter. Enes, Coach Terry Stotts wrote this touching thank you letter to the Blazers after he parted ways with the team. And he had this special message for Damian Lillard, which reads, and I quote, "Obviously, a special thank you must go to the Damian Lillard. These last 9 years would not have been possible for me if it were not for the talent, leadership, and trust of Damian Lillard, a true MVP. I'm immensely proud of the culture Neil, Damian, and I created with the Blazers." End of quote. Can we talk about how important Damian Lillard is to this Portland Trail Blazers squad, Enes?
Damian is a very special and unique person. He is very important, not just for the Blazers, but to a whole city, the whole state, because you look at so many other players, they're always trying to go to big markets. They're always trying to, go to somewhere warm, I will say, or somewhere in a big city. But he is the most loyal player I have ever played with. And this guy don't care about any of that stuff, but just going out there and stay loyal to his friends, his teammate, his fans, his organization. And only thing he cares about is just going out there and winning,
Yeah.
To me, I was very sad because we could have done this for Dame and the Blazers, because some nights the fans don't know, but he was hurt. He still went out there, give himself 100%. Some night he was not feeling well, but he still went out there, give himself 100%. So every night, if you're a leader, give himself 100%. The guys on the bench, the young guys or the guys on the bench, looking at him as a role model, But I think one thing about him, obviously, you cannot say enough about his game on the court, but off the court, he is definitely one of the best teammates I have been around. Good locker room guy, always trying to help the young guys. So I'm really blessed to play a player like that, Damian Lillard.
You're actually really blessed, Enes, when you think about it. Because I remember last time you were here on this show live before the pandemic, I remember you talking about Russell Westbrook. So you had Westbrook as your point guard, Deron Williams also, and now Damian Lillard. After your Game 6 loss to the Nuggets, Dame actually quoted Nipsey Hussle on Instagram saying, "How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation?" We don't know if this means he's thinking about moving out of Portland. We can read between the lines, but has he spoken to you guys, his teammates, about possibly, transferring to another team? Because it can really get frustrating staying in a franchise for so long, and you give out everything, and then you can't get over that hump. Has Damian mentioned anything about moving?
I mean, I don't want to speak. For the guy, but I will just say this. He wants to win it important for the Blazers fans. He wants to stay loyal to his fans, stay loyal to his city, his state, his organization, and he wants to do it and win it all in Blazers. And I respect the guy a lot for that reason. I think, one thing of what makes him so special is, just being a good person. That's why the Blazers built this whole franchise around Dame. So that's why, if you're asking me, I think he's going to be very successful, important in many years, and he wants to do it, and he wants to win it all in Portland, Jersey.
Well, Enes, before we talk about your future in the NBA, first, let's find out the answer to our quiz question of the day. Again, Enes, the question was for our viewers. Enes Kanter was selected 3rd overall by the Utah Jazz back in the 2011 NBA draft. Who else made it to the top 5 that year? Enes, do you still remember who else made it to the top 5? Can you do it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Can you remember?
Yeah, of course, okay. I remember. Number 1 was Kyrie Irving to
Uncle
Cleveland.
Drew? Okay.
Number 2, Derek Williams to Minnesota. Number 3, I was to Utah Jazz. Number 4 was Tristan Thompson to Cleveland. And number 5th pick was Jonas Valanciunas to Toronto Raptors.
Wow, of course. How can you not forget? I was about to bust you. I was about to joke you if you forgot. Let's find out the correct answers here. You're right. Kyrie Irving went to the Cavs at first, number 1 pick overall that year. Derek Williams, number 2 for the T-Wolves. Tristan Thompson was 4, of course. Enes Kanter was number 3 for the Jazz. And Jonas Valanciunas, rounding up the top 5 that year, went to the Toronto Raptors. Enes, of course, you could also be on the move this offseason. We were talking about it on Instagram, and you are an unrestricted free agent. You've called Portland and your home before. You even wrote on Instagram, I'm going to read this to you, and I quote, "This team, this organization, the whole state made me a more complete basketball player and a better person on and off the court. That being said, Enes, do you see yourself staying here in Portland for the rest of your career? Is that a priority for you?"
Let me tell you this. I love being here. And to me, it's just not the basketball I play, but what I'm looking for most is if they are supporting me off the court. And you guys probably know what's going on with me, between me and, my country, Turkey and stuff. I've been trying to, stand up for human rights violations over there. And every time, whenever I'm out there, a fan coming up to me and saying, "Enes, we are behind you and we love you and we are your family."
Well, if not Portland, where? Because a lot of fans also still wanting you, like fans of the Golden State Warriors asking you to go there.
And I feel like those people are my family. So of course, I would love to be here and just, try to win it all with Dame. Because, this organization gave me so much. They trusted me, they respect me. And I love being part of it. So yes, for sure, I would love to.
Well, Enes, again, please stay where you are. Enes Kanter will still be with us after this quick break. Later, we answer some of the questions you sent us online. You're watching Sportsdesk, only here on CNN Philippines, where we go all out for the day's top sports stories. Stay tuned. Now let's go back to the NBA. I need a breather. We still have here with us an NBA player, Enes Kanter. Hi, Enes. Sorry, I was just talking to a golfer who just made history.
Hey, I was I was just watching the interview. You know, I'm so happy for Filipinos because after now Manny Pacquiao, they have another star. Now they can be, you know, just follow and be idolized. So I'm so really happy for Yuka, and you know, maybe I'll get a signed T-shirt from her, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. When you see each other there, she's actually in San Francisco. Maybe if you cross paths, Enes Kanter, Yuka Saso. How about that? Okay, get that signature. Let's take a look now, Enes, at some questions that people sent in online in a segment we call Fans Want to Know. This question comes from Tristan Timbol on Instagram, and Tristan wants to know, Enes, who was your best and funniest teammate?
You know, I will say one of my best teammate and funniest actually, I would probably say Steven Adams. You know, when me and him played in Oklahoma City to Thunder together, we had an amazing time. We always helped each other, and I think one thing made him so special. He is a very actually genuine, good, and humble person. So I'd probably say Steven Adams.
Well, right on cue. Let's take a look at the next question. Thank you, Tristan, for sending in that question. This one comes from Instagram as well, from Julius Orpiada, and he wants to know, is there a chance that you can be part of the Pelicans with Steven Adams next season? Are you thinking about that? Has Steven reached out to you about it?
You know, I like to go against Steven Adams, not play against Steven Adams. So probably not, because I want to go against Steven Adams, and it feels so good to text him right after and say, hey, we beat you, or we got you guys. So it's always fun to go against him. So
I miss the Stash Bros, bro. And finally,
I know.
from Twitter, Enes, let's take a look. From Master Victor Doncic, he wants to know, Enes, how is it like watching Dame shoot threes after threes after threes and go off for 50 points in the playoffs? And who is your personal MVP for this season? Answer the first question first. How was it like watching Dame just go berserk and shoot threes from way out?
Well, my personal MVP was obviously Damian Lillard.
Of course.
But you know, when he's on his zone, we turn around on a bench and ask each other, is he human or not? Because some of the shots he makes, it just does not make sense, you know? But he makes it. But
yeah.
First time I joined the Blazers 2 years ago, I saw Damian Lillard working on those half-court shots. And I asked one of my teammates, I'm like, what is this guy doing? And he said he actually takes those shots in real games. And once he started making those shots, I was like, this is unbelievable. I have never seen anything like that before. So he's a very special player, and he makes those shots.
Well, Enes, we ran out of time, but we'll have you again on the show. Let's keep in touch, my brother. Thank you, my man. Thank you for agreeing to do this interview. Thank you, Enes. Stay safe, okay? Again, that was Enes Kanter of the Portland Trail Blazers.